The Trump administration is also launching a major military operation to, quote, harden the southern border and block illegal immigration. It includes more than 5,000 active duty troops to help Customs and Border Patrol agents in Texas, Arizona, and California. The president said last night he also plans tent cities to hold migrants while they apply for asylum in the U.S. Now, the operation targets a large caravan of migrants from Central America that is now moving through southern Mexico. Weijia Jiang is at the White House, where the president has told would-be border crossers, our military is waiting for you. Weijia, good morning.
Good morning, Norah. This plan is a promise kept by President Trump, who has recently ramped up the threats of using military might to stop that caravan. Critics say it's just a huge waste of taxpayer money and purely political ahead of the midterm elections. The administration says it's just the beginning.
I'm sending up the military. When you looked at that bridge loaded up with people, that's called an invasion of our country.
In a late-night Fox News interview, President Trump touted the military's deployments to the U.S.-Mexico border.
When you look at that caravan, a lot of bad people in there, people that are in gangs. We don't want them in this country.
As part of Operation Faithful Patriot, the Pentagon is sending more than 5,200 troops to the southwest border, in addition to the more than 2,000 National Guard already deployed there, as well as military helicopters and giant spools of razor wire. The first 800 troops are focusing on southern Texas, the closest point of crossing for the caravan. Then the military will head west to Arizona and California. Regularly armed troops will be allowed to carry their weapons, but military personnel don't have the authority to apprehend illegal immigrants. Instead, they will install barriers at ports of entry, build houses for Border Patrol agents, and supply equipment. Troops will also provide flights to transport agents to areas where they are needed the most. Groups of migrants have already clashed with police on the Mexico-Guatemala border, reportedly leading to the death of one migrant and injuries to several officers. In recent weeks, the president has put the caravan on center stage of his campaign rallies, and even though it is about 1,000 miles away, he insists the time to act is now.
We're not letting them into this country.
The White House is floating administrative options to secure the border, including shutting it down altogether, even to asylum seekers. Meanwhile, because that caravan is still so far away, it's not expected to reach the U.S.-Mexico border for another month at the earliest. John?
Weijia, thank you. You know, elections are about what's the turf you're fighting on sometimes. Clearly, the president wants this turf for the last week to be about immigration. Democrats want it to be about health care. And we saw Brad Parscale yesterday, the president's campaign manager, wants it to be about the economy. So what's it going to be?
Well, I think also when the president says that he's going to do this, there are a few constitutional or immigration experts who believe the president can do such a move by executive order. If he tried to do it, it would likely be, according to most experts, quickly shot down by the courts.
Well, there's a reason why it's been a constitutional standard for 150 years. So do you think it's all about the timing?
Well, he's happy to have that fight, have this debate, because it keeps the topic in the news, and that's a topic that he thinks works well for them. The question is whether his own folks believe that and also whether voters believe it.
And a reminder, they're nowhere near the U.S. border yet.
Exactly.
No, long way away.
Good point.